Hello and welcome to the Father and Son Formula One podcast. I'm the father, Graham Miller, and here's my son, Toby.
Hello.
And we're talking about the Formula One Lenovo Austrian Grand Prix 2026.
Yeah.
It's quite funny it's sponsored by a laptop company because, it's all about battery life and performance and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's it. The people saying the cars are basically laptops nowadays.
Yeah. And I will come clean, we're actually watching this after sprint qualifying at Silverstone because Toby started a new job and
the hours are different.
Yeah, and it's a double header, so we're really kind of stuck at the moment.
Yeah, but oh well.
We've got a week after this one and then...
Yeah, the summer break's not too far away even. Yeah. So, Austria.
Yeah.
Power circuit, basically.
Yeah, I mean, nobody expected...
It's like 5 straights with some corners,
And weirdly, in these new regulations, people are saying power circuit also means really good battery and electronics package. So if you've got a lot of slow speed corners, or even a lot of corners, you can drop the car down into as low a gear as you can get away with and recharge the batteries.
Yeah.
But where you've got lots of straights and fast corners, you're really kind of limited on where you can recharge, which I can kind of see what people mean. This is not what you should be talking about on a Formula One podcast, but...
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Here's a bit of a conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Sulayem, who has just basically pulled off a coup d'etat at the FIA, has said that petrol-powered V8s are coming back.
Yes.
He's going for obviously renewable fuel because, he can't do anything but at least he's not just saying, oh yeah, it's all battery and we'll turn it into Formula E. He's actually, I think he's listening and he's kind of rolling back and going, people actually want cars.
Yes.
I mean, it might be that Formula One kind of becomes a bit of a dinosaur and a reminder of the way things were, but I mean, Formula E's never really taken off, has it?
Not really.
Not to the same degree.
No, I think next year they're going to right now it's 50-50 ICE versus electric.
Yeah.
Next year it's going to be more like 70-30 in favour of the internal combustion.
Yeah, and I think with renewable fuels coming on stream, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But it is. Anyway, I mean, it's kind of like what I've said about the new electric cars, because they're all new brands, and you don't hear people sitting around going, oh yeah, I want an Omada because, I've dreamt of one and had one on my bedroom wall when I was a kid.
Yeah, or a JQ.
Yeah, and BYD I'm aiming for, definitely. It's like...
I saw an advert, actually.
Yeah.
Which was a World Cup thing. And it was like, enter this draw and you could win this. And they literally said, you can win this, and it was a car. Yeah. And I could tell it was an electric SUV, but I actually didn't know what it was. Because it was just a little sort of squiggle on the front, and they didn't name it anywhere. So it could have been anything, literally.
Oh, there's so many of them. It's really odd. Anyway.
Do you reckon BYD... I think actually I've heard rumblings about BYD entering F1 as a title sponsor, or like a...
battery sponsor, maybe.
Oh, you know how there's engine suppliers?
Yeah. Battery
suppliers?
Well, there are. Ford are partnering with Red Bull Racing.
So Ford do the battery tech.
Yeah.
And RBPT do the ICE.
Yeah.
But you could have like Ferrari, which is then like a Ferrari BYD. Literally a hybrid.
Yeah, I mean, I take it you've seen all the grief they're getting over the Luce.
Yes.
I mean, in short, Ferrari have produced their first ever electric vehicle?
Yeah, first fully electric.
And it just looks like nothing. It doesn't look like, oh wow, that's a Ferrari.
I think I'm suspicious.
Why?
Because I think it's almost like Ferrari saying, oh, we have to do an electric car, so we'll make this one, but we'll make it deliberately look terrible and be really boring. And then nobody will buy it and we can scrap it. Say to the EU or whatever, oh, we tried. Then get back to making V12 monsters.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Bentley and I think Maserati and Aston Martin have all started making SUVs as well.
Oh, Ferrari make a petrol-powered SUV.
Oh.
Lamborghini as well, the Urus.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Bugatti will make one soon, I reckon.
It's just really... I mean, that's the other thing about the car market, is everybody assumes that a mid-sized SUV is what everybody wants.
But they're kind of, unfortunately, it seems like they're right, because there are so many of them on the streets.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure... Anyway, pre-practice one in Austria before we get into grumpy old men complaining about that.
I think we've already, unfortunately, crossed that barrier.
Well, let's row back from it.
Okay, let's be grumpy old men complaining about Formula 1 instead.
Well, no, because, I mean, you're right. I think you said it last time. They used the first, I can't count, 6 or 7 races to kind of shake down the cars and get used to it.
Yeah.
And now this rule of one rookie per actual driver seat per season in FP1 is kind of kicking in really hard.
Yeah. Last time out in Barcelona as well.
Yeah, and next week in Silverstone is a sprint weekend, so they're not going to dare to do that.
No. So they're cramming them in now.
We've got Dino Beganovic in Ferrari.
Yep.
We have...
Iwasa.
Ayumu Iwasa for Racing Bulls. Paul Aaron again for Audi. He seems to have a contract with everybody.
He's just... Yeah, what's he put? Alpine, actually, technically.
He must have really good technical feedback, because... I mean, I've been saying for a couple of years, I'm surprised you haven't seen him on the grid yet.
I mean, I think there might be some movement this year, especially if Alonso packs it in, so he could sneak in.
Yeah, Luke Browning in Williams. Ryo Hirakawa, who's actually in his 30s, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an endurance driver.
In Haas. Jack Crawford in Aston Martin. So yeah, it's good crop of them. Have you heard the weird Solov rumours?
What, that he's on the grid next year for Racing Bulls?
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard those.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it, because I don't see why... To be honest, if I'm one of the higher-ups at Red Bull, I don't see why I change anything right now, actually.
No.
Because Hadjar's actually doing a good job keeping up, mostly with Verstappen.
Yeah, certainly in the kind of tail gunner region, which is where you need him.
Yeah, I mean, it's always the top 8 now.
Yeah.
Like, Hadjar's usually within that top 8, and he's not really at the front of the top 8, but...
He has been a couple of places behind Verstappen, which, like I say, is perfect.
Yeah. I mean, in Austria, spoilers, he was 8th, qualified 8th.
Yeah.
But in the race, he was actually mixing it up with the rest of them.
Yeah.
Getting in people's way.
I mean, the rumour I've heard is that Lawson was going to be ditched, but... I mean, you'd be nuts to get rid of Lawson at the moment.
Yeah, he's on a roll.
He's doing really well. He's under the radar a bit.
But he's pretty solid midfield. Him and Lindblad, sorry.
Which actually, for Lawson, being under the radar is a fairly good place to be, because he did have a bit of a reputation for being a bit fiery.
Yeah.
And a bit kind of aggressive. But he just seems to be really happy at the moment, and there's very few points available if all of the 8 finish, or all of the 8 start even, which they seem to be doing now.
Yeah.
But he's been, he's on, trying to remember the result and subtract it. He's up in the high 20s of points.
30, I would say.
He's on 30 now, so...
28.
Yeah, but he's like got twice the points of his teammate. And I know Lindblad is a rookie, but
the two of them, I think, are making Racing Bulls have a pretty good run at the midfield against Alpine, actually.
Oh, yeah, and...
Like, in fact, in Austria, again, spoilers, I'm jumping about.
Yeah.
I think it's the first race that all 4 RBPT cars finished in the points.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
And it's like we were saying after Barcelona, all this fuss. It's almost like the FIA said, oh, actually, you've got the most powerful internal combustion engine. And Red Bull went, oh, we better start going faster then. I know they probably bought upgrades, but...
Yeah, lots of upgrades.
It's kind of like an epic 8-race long sandbagging session.
Yeah.
Which I don't think anybody... Oh, no, you couldn't actually make Max Verstappen... You couldn't pay him enough to make him drive slowly, could you?
No.
It just...
And it's a bit like, at what point is it just a waste of time because you're not scoring enough points?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Also, like you say, it's a power circuit, so...
Yeah, and I think I said Ferrari probably wouldn't be that strong there because of their small turbo.
Yeah, and I think it was phenomenally hot all weekend as well.
Yeah, so there were some tyre things.
Yeah.
So, did anything else happen in the practices?
I think it really echoes what happened all weekend because Red Bull bought an upgrade package. I think Red Bull arrived with an upgrade package. I think McLaren are starting to get on top of reliability.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually looking at free practice 3. Oh no, I scrolled up a bit far. Yeah, you've got 2 Mercedes at the top. Then you've got this whole kind of Ferrari, McLaren, Verstappen, and then, like you say, Hadjar.
Yeah.
And then you've got Lawson and Lindblad in free practice 3, so... Go on, shall we talk about qualifying?
Yes.
That was a laugh.
It was quite exciting, especially at the end.
Right, we'll rattle through, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, Noah's Ark, bottom 6.
Williams, Cadillac, Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Alonso reasserting the natural order of out-qualifying Stroll.
Yeah.
A bit more of a mix-up in Q2, but it was Alpines, Audis and Hasses.
Yeah,
Still
not great for
Noah's Ark.
Colapinto, really.
What's that?
Not great for Colapinto.
No.
About second off his teammate, actually. Might have made a mistake.
Yeah, it was a really...
Yeah, because he was slower in Q2 than he was in Q1.
Yeah, and Gasly just about got denied, didn't he?
Yeah, by... I think Lindblad.
Yeah. Like you say, the 2 Racing Bulls are just there.
Yeah, just sneaking through into Q3, starting in the points already.
Yeah.
Kind of the best of the rest.
Now, I saw the last run of Q3.
Yes, I'm trying to remember.
I immediately said, oh my god, Russell's going to lose that lap. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember. I did think so.
What happened was they were all doing their hot laps. Verstappen went round turn 9, I think it was, which is 140 mile an hour right-hander.
Yeah, it's almost flat.
And
he spun it into the wall.
Yeah, he didn't spin, he just lost the back end and just went sideways across an enormous one-off gravel area and into the wall.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking up the track map. I'm sure it was turn 9.
Yeah, there's only 10 corners on it, I think.
Yeah. And I've actually, because obviously it was picked apart over and over again. So what happened was, I think the 2 Ferraris were ahead.
Yeah.
And I think they completed their laps and were like, yay, I'm good. And then Max went wide. Now, critically, Antonelli was right behind him, like 3 or 4 seconds back, probably about 5 or 6 seconds back, to avoid, the dirty air. So Kimi sees yellow flag go up.
Yep.
Interestingly, Bono, to be clear, says yellow, yellow.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make it clear it's single-waved yellow or double-waved yellow.
Well, he might not know at that point.
No.
Bono.
So, at this point, Kimi thinks, oh, I'm cooked, and just lifts off and abandons the hot lap.
Yeah.
Now, George Russell was a bit further back. So at this point, he's 10, 12 seconds back from the accident. He's got vastly more experience, or nearly everybody apart from Lindblad has, than Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah.
So he looks and goes, oh, look, it's a single-waved yellow at the moment, which is possibly a mistake from the FIA, but they had less than 15 seconds to decide.
Yeah.
So he lifts off, I think, 100 metres before that corner.
Yeah.
And the reason it looked so weird was because he got pole position by squinting over 2/10.
Yeah.
So going into that final corner, he was actually heading for about half a second up on everybody else around him.
Yeah, something like that.
And he actually basically got rid of 2/10, quarter of a second, in that kind of lift and coast into the corner.
Yeah.
Which is significant enough, obviously, for the stewards to allow him to keep the lap.
Yeah.
But
and then the question was it double waved yellows or not? And that's what everybody was trying to analyse afterwards, because if it's double yellows,
yeah,
the laps are just deleted automatically.
Like I say, the stewards let him keep the lap.
Yeah.
It was very confusing because people on their cool-down laps lost their cool-down lap time. So on the stewards' documents, there's a whole list of laps deleted.
Including Russell's.
But they were the cool-down laps.
Because then the time, it said time pit, which meant that he didn't cross the finish line, he just pitted.
Yeah. But I think it was down to seconds. I think it was down to Russell being experienced and unfortunately probably having a lot of experience with the stewards and, playing games to an extent, but also knowing what he's doing. And also having had such a mightily fast lap under his belt at that point.
Yeah.
I think it was probably, thinking about how the track layout, he probably crossed the line about 20 seconds after the accident. And I think that was about when they went to double waved and then red.
But when he passed through, it was single.
Ooh.
So he kept his lap. He was completely legit.
Yeah. And I think nobody else expected as well a lap that was that much faster than everybody else.
Yeah.
But we have seen this quite a lot this season. We've seen it where, the dying embers of, qualifying 3. And not just Russell, but, Hamilton's done it, Antonelli's done it. Suddenly, out of nowhere, somebody will stick it on pole with a good 4, 5, 6 tenths.
Yeah.
And when you look at the Q3 timings, 106.1 for Russell, and then Leclerc was 6.3, Hamilton was 6.4, Antonelli was 6.4, Verstappen was 6.4.
Yeah, it was very tight behind Russell.
Piastri were 6.5s. So they're all sort of within the gap from Russell back to Leclerc, to be honest.
Yeah, so the gap between Leclerc and Russell, call it 2/10. That gives you 5.49, which is actually between Piastri and Hadjar.
Yeah.
So Piastri up to Leclerc is the same gap as Leclerc up to Russell.
Yeah, so that's the next 6 cars. And it's not the first time it's happened this season, is it?
No.
It's kind of... I don't know if the cars are difficult to learn or the track really rubbers in. I mean, like I say, the whole weekend was really hot as well.
Yeah.
So that was the excitement.
That was the qualifying.
Of qualifying. I'm just trying to find the race report on here, and I'm just struggling with the...
On what? The Formula 1 website?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody thought, oh, look, it's all set up for a really exciting start, because Leclerc looked like he was getting his season back on track because he out-qualified Hamilton.
Yeah.
So we had Russell followed by Hamilton. No. We had Russell, Leclerc, and then Hamilton, Verstappen, and then I think Norris, wasn't it?
Where was Antonelli?
Oh no, Antonelli was 4th.
Yeah.
And then, Verstappen was back in 5th.
And then the McLarens were 6th and 7th.
Yeah.
And then Hadjar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the early story of the race was that... Actually, no, the early story was that Hamilton almost immediately got the drop on his teammate, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah.
I think the first job Hamilton did was just to get past Leclerc.
Both Cadillacs DNF'd literally immediately.
Yeah, brake fires before they even got moving, which is a bit disturbing.
They DNF'd on lap 2 and 4, which is unfortunate but also expected at that point in the season.
Yeah, and it's probably the hottest race. Well, it's the hottest race they've done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think actually, overall, I think Leclerc had a terrible weekend, didn't he?
I mean, yeah, ending up in 8th. I'm not sure what happened. He just never seemed to be able to fight back.
Right. So if we go through this backwards.
Yes.
When they crossed the line, Hamilton was down in 5th.
Mm-hmm.
And Leclerc was down in 8th. And I've read a really good explanation for what happened here.
Yeah.
In qualifying, it was the Verstappen crash.
Uh-huh.
Because Max was on a hot lap.
Yes.
So he should have overtaken both Ferraris.
Yeah, he probably would have finished 2nd.
So therefore, you suddenly get Leclerc followed by Hamilton in 3rd and 4th.
Yes.
But then Antonelli lifted off.
So he probably actually would have been 2nd.
Yeah.
So it should have been Russell, Antonelli, Verstappen, and then Leclerc and Hamilton, what's that, 5th and 6th?
4th and 5th, I think.
Ahead of the McLarens.
Yeah. Which is actually kind of more like where you'd expect them on that track.
Yeah. That's a good point.
But yeah, I think there's really... I think it's 2 stories about Leclerc.
Yeah.
I think one is he wasn't fast.
Yeah.
And I think over a long race it told. But I think as well, because of the heat and because of the characteristics of the Ferrari, I think they were the only team to go for a 3-stop strategy.
Yeah. I mean, it worked in Barcelona.
Yeah.
But this is a shorter track.
Yeah, and I think in Barcelona they did it because they calculated it was the fastest way around the track. And I think here they did it because it was the only way to survive the track with their tyres getting chewed up.
Yeah.
I think that was a difference. Oh yeah. Do you remember the first few laps or the first few corners?
Well, Antonelli went off, I know.
Antonelli had no brakes, he said afterwards.
Yeah.
He was just... I mean, how he avoided penalties, I do not know.
I think, well, he gave the place back to Leclerc because he overtook him.
Yeah.
But he went way off.
He had, I think in the first 2 laps he got 3 track limit violations.
Yeah.
And they weren't pause it there, squint at the blue line.
He was in another postcode.
Yeah, he was miles out.
Yeah, or probably just cold.
Yeah, he was noted for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did you hear Liam Lawson reported his car was on fire?
Yeah, he said that there was smoke or something.
And then everybody ignored it and he just kept fighting in the points.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the drones as well now.
Oh yeah, I mean that was epic. On lap 11, Hamilton and Verstappen, which...
Oh yeah, classic.
They now actually have respect, and I think they've kind of both grown up a bit.
Well, also, they're not fighting for the championship now.
I think Hamilton might be.
Yeah, but 2021, especially towards the end, because it was Verstappen's first, it was so edgy between them.
Bitter, yeah.
But you're right. Yeah, now they can actually just race really well against each other.
Yeah, they actually were just going wheel to wheel through corner after corner.
And I mean, it is actually 11 world championships on the track against each other in the same 5 meters.
Yeah. And Max complained to the stewards because Hamilton was going into corners and then drifting wide and pushing him out, which I've no idea where he learned that from.
Yeah. But I do like that Hamilton was just like, oh, it's Max. I know how to deal with this. Into the gravel.
I mean, Hamilton was the first one to work out how to handle Max, to be honest.
I think Leclerc as well. I specifically remember Austria 2019.
Yeah.
When Max pushed him off. And the FIA basically said it was okay. And after that, Leclerc was always much more elbows out with Max.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing Max and Lewis race against each other now, it is a bit like if we were able to see Senna versus Prost, but in like 2002.
Yeah. Like where it's not quite as...
like high stakes.
And also, I've seen people on the internet have said the drone pilot was just the absolute hero of that sequence.
Yeah.
Because he was right above them, just watching it swooping through the corners. It was amazing. And actually, after the race, I don't know if you saw, but they were like shaking hands and going, "Oh, that was fun."
Yeah.
And they were at it again on lap 22 as well, because of it was quite a difficult race to kind of get your head around, because Ferrari were forced into a 3-stop strategy because of the heat and the tyres.
Yeah.
Everybody else was on different 2-stops. So,
yes.
I don't know about you, but how did Oscar Piastri make it up into 4th with nobody noticing?
I don't actually know. It's because also, I don't think it's the first race, or is it actually the first race we've had all season where the top 8 have actually all been running in the top 8, and actually they finished as such the whole race.
Well, you've got your spreadsheet.
Because I feel like, obviously in Australia we lost the McLarens early on.
We had a double DNS for the McLarens.
Oh no, there was Japan. Japan and Miami. They did, but actually the last 3 races we've lost so much of the top 8.
Yeah.
Like Russell out in Canada and then Norris out. And Leclerc and Antonelli and Verstappen all having DNFs.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're gradually...
And to have them all so close as well, and it sort of overlapping each other.
Yeah.
It was quite hard to follow.
And I think, gradually they are getting on top of the reliability.
Yeah, because it was a very hot race and none of them actually DNF'd.
Oh yeah, I'm just watching, I think it was the lap 22 one where Hamilton goes around the outside and gets completely ahead and then just cuts across and forces Max into a lockup.
Yeah.
And then next corner he just pushes him out onto the gravel.
Yeah, I'm watching that now as well.
He's like, oh yeah, do you want hard racing? I'll give you hard racing.
Yeah.
And it's very weird this year because they were playing around with the recharge and the boost, and there were some sections like that where he made Max lock up where he just had more boost at the right time and just went past him like he was stationary. Lewis did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, then we got into just a really weird section where cars dropped out. I think Antonelli missed the virtual safety car twice by 1 lap.
That was a virtual safety car. I think Antonelli missed it. Oh no, he came in a lap early.
Yeah.
Like the yellows were thrown. I think he was already coming in. So he came in like literally 5 seconds after the yellow flags went out, and then as he exited the pit lane they put up a virtual safety car.
Yeah.
So it's...
yeah, Hamilton was receiving messages for modes to try and manage the temperature.
I noticed again the communication there.
Yeah.
Santi said mode TS, and Hamilton said, why do I need mode TS? And literally the next word on the radio was temperature.
Yeah, I mean, he's driving on a fast track. You just want the information you need.
And then afterwards Hamilton said, how is the temperature? And Santi actually jumped ahead a thought and said, you can go back into race mode.
Yeah.
He knew what Hamilton wanted because he knew he was out of power.
Yeah.
Or he was complaining about power. So he instantly just went, oh, you want race mode, have it.
Yeah. I'm actually looking at the overall result. Hamilton ended up 19 seconds ahead of his teammate.
Yeah, I don't know what is up with Leclerc, pace-wise.
No, because he qualified second.
But again, that's sort of, if you look at least Verstappen and Antonelli should have been ahead of him.
Well, then he got...
But then, yeah, both McLarens and Hadjar did him.
Yeah, and Hamilton. He lost places to Piastri, Hamilton, Hadjar and Norris.
Pretty much everybody.
Yeah. I don't think that car was coping with the power and the heat.
So, are you sort of suggesting that the car should have really been the fourth fastest of the top teams?
Yeah.
But Hamilton dragged it kicking and screaming up into fifth place by being Hamilton?
Pretty much, yeah.
Because if we look at Barcelona, obviously, and then even spoilers for the next episode, we've just seen sprint qualifying.
Yeah.
Seems like he's actually on a run of form, Hamilton.
Well, yeah. And Verstappen. I think I'm going to say and Verstappen as well.
Oh, good. It's 2021 all over again.
Because, again, looking at the result, not much else happened in the race, did it? It was complicated pit stops. Russell led from the front and won the race, which is really good for his mental health, I think. And
I think Verstappen had some terrible strategy call, but I don't actually remember. I think they left him out for way too long, and then the Mercedes closed the gap. And he sort of felt like he could have won.
Actually, the last 5-10 laps were awesome because Verstappen had the infamous, let's go for a tyre offset.
Yeah.
And Antonelli was recovering from a fairly poor start and running wide and only qualifying in fourth. And I think another 5 laps, Verstappen would have caught Russell, but he would have also been fighting off Antonelli from behind.
Yeah, it did suddenly get to within, the top 3 were within 2 seconds.
I think, overall, I think there's 5 seconds. 3.7, I think, between all of them when they hit the line. Which I don't think we see that often. And then there was another pit stop back to Piastri.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was what happened at the end. That's why Leclerc was so far back. Because he was struggling behind Lando Norris.
Yeah.
And he said, I might as well take a pit stop, mightn't I? And they said, yeah, come in for the new tyres.
Oh, yeah. He said, what have we got to lose?
Yeah. Because Lawson was already lapped. And I think they were just half a track behind him or something.
Yeah.
So, I think Norris was maybe shutting him down. I'm not sure.
Did Leclerc also not have a broken front wing?
Yeah, I can't remember who he tackled with.
They didn't fix it. Because it wasn't worth it.
A bit of his front wing fell off as well. Didn't Albon collect a bollard and punt it across the track as well?
Yeah, he did. That was just for fun, I think.
Yeah, liven it up a bit.
Yeah. Ocon got massively in the way of Hadjar.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, it was a blue flags thing. Hadjar was lapping Ocon.
Yeah.
And I think Ocon went through 5 blue flag posts before getting out the way.
Oh, wow.
And even I noticed it watching. I was like, he really should have moved by now. Towards the end of the lap. And I think Hadjar was only 3 seconds off Hamilton. So I think, and not that far ahead of Norris, so I think he got compromised a bit and wasn't very happy.
Was it Ocon that Verstappen pushed away?
Yes.
After a very similar thing in Brazil?
Yes.
Years and years ago.
Yeah.
I think Ocon has a kind of mental map of people like Hadjar or young Verstappen as being roughly on a par and doesn't believe it when he gets lapped.
Yeah. Or he just sees Red Bulls and thinks, yeah, I don't think I'll let you past.
Yeah. Is he an ex-Red Bull driver? I think he might be one of the few who isn't.
Yeah, I think he started out as a Mercedes Academy, if I remember.
Yeah.
And then went to, Racing Point back in the day. And then Alpine. And then, what's it called? Haas now.
Yeah. Yeah, I was reading about the end of the race.
Yeah, I remember it being very chaotic, but then it all sort of just settled out into almost nothing, really.
You know what I've noticed? And I think is probably why Russell's in a very strong position.
Yeah.
This season, and I think probably actually for this current iteration of tyres, you need a Russell. You need somebody. I don't think any of the laps. I don't think any of the laps he put in Austria, say, were blistering.
No.
I think, especially given the heat and everything, and he said afterwards his drink wasn't working.
Yeah.
I think he was running about 80-85% of capacity.
Yeah, I think he probably was just cruising.
Not cruising, but I think that's what makes champions at the moment with the particular, like especially with what Pirelli are doing with the tyres and everything.
Yeah.
I think if you can, and he's very, very smooth as a driver. He's not like throwing it into corners and sliding it around and gathering it up on the way out.
No, he is quite smooth.
I think he's smooth, he's easy on the tyres, and his lap times were obviously fast enough to win the race. He wasn't just like, oh, I've just lost focus and I don't really care. He was properly...
He was measuring it.
Yeah, it was very measured, that's a good word. And
a
I
little
think
bit.
We might see that's what actually ends up winning.
A bit like Prost.
Yeah.
Because that's what Prost said, the objective is to win as slowly as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if I agree with that, because, you know, people like Verstappen would just like go, oh, I'm going to get fastest lap and open up an 8-second gap in 3 laps just to annoy everybody around me.
Yeah, but then I think, to be fair, Prost was racing in the days when reliability was such a big killer of championships. If you can nurse the car, then you've got a better chance of getting through the whole season without DNFing that much.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, back then with the reliability and with like 8 or 10 races per season, you could put together a reasonable campaign on podiums as opposed to race wins.
I think Prost was in pretty solidly in the era when it was like 17 races.
Probably.
I looked into it. And something from like the mid-70s all the way up until literally 2010 was 17 races a year was the absolute standard.
But when did they have that weird, like they split it in 2 halves and you pick your best 6 results from each half?
That was also Prost's era because of reliability.
But also, you see, I mean, I think getting 10 for first and 8, is it 10, 8, 6?
Yeah, it was.
I think that also means you can build a campaign around being second and third.
Yeah, just consistency being key.
Whereas now with 25 points for a win, I think that has actually worked. Kind of forces people to...
Yeah, their wins are the most valuable thing, which is how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a kind of a bit of a weird race. I wouldn't say it was exciting, apart from the Lewis versus Verstappen stuff, which was obviously pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think the end when we saw possibly the future of like Russell, Verstappen, Antonelli scrapping.
Yeah.
And like I say, the really kind of silent figure of Piastri, who was just... I don't think he got any screen time, and he just popped up into 4th and got another 12 points in the bank.
I think just good strategy. And I think when he's had the opportunity to run a clean race, which hasn't been very often this year, he is still kind of as good as he was last year.
Well, which half of last year?
Let's say the average overall, which is still quite good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's currently 4th, actually, behind the main kind of front title fight.
Yeah.
Although, actually, after Austria, currently, Piastri, Leclerc and Norris are separated by 1 point.
Yeah.
80, 79, 79. And then 73 is Verstappen.
So it's actually starting to kind of pull itself together.
I think I'm looking at sort of 3 different fights, almost. Which is like Antonelli, Russell, Hamilton. Obviously, Hamilton could still fall away, or he could get himself properly up there.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of title, the headline. Actually, look at, Hamilton's had pretty much as good a season as Russell has so far.
Yeah, only one race win short, but yeah.
And then there's like Piastri, Leclerc, Norris for fourth, with Verstappen in there as well, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Verstappen being 7 points behind Piastri, that wouldn't make you feel comfortable.
No, but
given that they bought a huge upgrade.
Yeah, but they're all hoovering up seconds and thirds where they can.
Yeah, they've all got 2 podiums, actually.
And then it's like the midfield, which really, it kind of looks like, to me, Hadjar, Gasly, Lawson.
Yeah.
Because then below that, you've got into the land where there's not really enough space in the points to get consistent points.
No.
Whereas Hadjar, Gasly and Lawson, the battle of Max Verstappen's teammates, basically.
Yep.
If only Ricciardo and Albon were up there.
And Sainz.
Yeah, I think that's actually it.
Yeah. Isn't it weird that Norris is like the current world champion with a number 1 on his car?
Yeah.
And he's like down in 5th on equal points with Leclerc.
Just sort of muddling about.
Really, actually, I mean, I think this weekend in Silverstone is going to make a really big difference. Because Piastri, Norris and Leclerc are all in kind of pretty much the same bit of track as well as...
Yeah, and there's more points available.
Yeah.
This/next weekend. But yeah, it's an interesting season.
Yeah.
So far.
I had a look at like some of the stats. I know we love stats.
Yes, I do.
And there's a really odd thing on the... I'm actually trying to look for the overall wins.
Yes.
But there's a really odd kind of phenomenon where obviously you've got Hamilton in there.
Yeah.
As the most wins.
Obviously.
But you kind of got... Let me see if I can remember this. You've got Hamilton on 106 now.
Yeah.
Max on 71. And then of the current grid, Alonso's next on 30.
Yeah.
It's really uneven, and then you've got a huge clutch of your kind of Leclerc, Russell, Piastri, Norris, Antonelli, all between about 5 to 11.
Yeah, I'm looking at the... Bottas is on 10, Piastri's on 9, Leclerc's on 8, Russell's on 7, Perez is on 6, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Antonelli on 5, Sainz on 4. So it's literally 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And then you've got 30 for Alonso.
32 for Alonso.
Oh, 32.
Which actually is the 7th most of all time.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's not...
And then 71 and 106.
You see, actually, I think that is where the difference is going to be.
Who can break through?
Well, no, because Max has been competitive for
five or 6 years.
And he's got 71 race wins.
Yeah.
And I think what set Hamilton and Schumacher a level above is that they had their blistering seasons, but then they kept in. And they had some fairly rubbish seasons where they were developing the team, and then they came back and had another blistering season.
Well, it looks like Hamilton might be doing it for a 3rd time.
Yeah.
Which, Schumacher had his time with Benetton.
Yeah.
And then he came, as you say, he was not that competitive in the early years with Ferrari. But then he came back with Ferrari and was dominant. And then when he came back to Mercedes, he really wasn't there.
No.
Pace-wise. But now Hamilton's effectively done that with, like the other way around, from Mercedes to Ferrari.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's come back.
And there aren't actually that many drivers who won with 3 or more teams.
Very few.
I mean, you're actually going back to your, like, Reutemans and...
I think Moss has done 5, but that's because he was, like, with a different team every year, pretty much.
Yeah, and, I think even Senna was only 2 or 3 teams he actually won with.
So let me see if I can... Well, you've obviously got most wins with a single constructor.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the records
Yeah. I found an article from 2010 that was like, the weird ones like Reutemann and people like that. But then I thought, well, what about Vettel? But he only really won with Red Bull and Ferrari.
Okay, I found a list.
Yep.
16 drivers have won with 3 or more constructors.
Yep.
Vettel is on there because he won a race with Toro Rosso.
Toro Rosso, yeah, which Verstappen never managed.
Yeah. Moss on 5.
Yep.
Fangio, Stewart and Prost on 4. Not a bad club.
Yeah.
Everybody's favourite, Dan Gurney.
Oh, yeah. Top driver.
Carlos Reutemann, Gerhard Berger, John Surtees. But Lauda did it.
Oh, wow.
Nelson Piquet Sr., Kimi Räikkönen, Button, Alonso, Vettel, Hamilton.
Yeah, Button's a bit of a technicality.
He won with Honda.
And Braun.
And McLaren. How's it a technicality?
Well, Braun would just rebadged Honda.
Well, yeah, I guess. Still counts.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think it's really weird that we've got like 3 kind of superstars on the grid.
Well, think about it this way. It actually makes sense because since Hamilton debuted, there have only been so many races and he's won most of them.
Yeah.
Literally nobody else has had an opportunity to win that many races.
Yeah.
When you think about... And especially because we went straight from Hamilton into a period of Verstappen domination.
Yeah, I think...
And when you think about Russell's wins, Norris's, Piastri's, they've all pretty much come in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So I think in the next 5 or 10 years, it could be much more even and we could start to see it all spread out a bit more.
And, I mean, if he stays in the sport, I think it would be incredible if Verstappen doesn't get another 35 to 40 race wins and start eclipsing Hamilton.
Yeah, if he stays in the sport, though.
And if he gets back in a competitive car.
I'm not I think Verstappen loves driving.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he has the same drive that Hamilton does to be the best possible ever.
In one formula.
Yeah. Because Hamilton, I don't think he's ever said he's interested in anything else.
No. It's really... Yeah. I mean, I can't remember if I said it on the last podcast or not. I meant to, that one of the drivers was saying it's a sport where you don't win most of the time.
I think you did mention it, yeah.
And looking at this, Verstappen's won 29% of the races he's entered. So Schumacher.
Pretty much Hamilton as well.
Hamilton's on 27.
Yeah.
Alain Prost and Senna are on 25. So, the greatest drivers of their era were
lost
winning
3/4 of the time.
Yeah, they're losing 75% of the time.
Yeah.
I suppose that comes back to what I was saying about Russell, it's like managed. Accept you're not going to win every race. If you can't win every race, try and get on the podium.
Yeah. I think hopefully it's done good for his, like you said, his mental state to actually have just executed a weekend perfectly.
Yeah, got pole position, excellently judged. Held off at the lead, managed the strat. I mean, we always say on here, don't we? Yeah, good strategy is one thing, but it only works if you've got a fast driver to execute it.
Well, that's Barcelona, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you could have given any other driver on the grid a 3-stop and they'd have fumbled it. But Hamilton was putting 2.5 seconds on them and saying, am I catching?
Yeah.
And you could almost, on that message, you could almost hear the race engineer jumping up and down in his seat, having to control himself to say, yes, you're doing very well.
Yeah. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an odd race, really, wasn't it?
I don't think particularly memorable. I'm not going to sit down and go, wow, that was good.
I'm just looking. Yeah, like I say, Piastri,
just snuck into 4th.
And he's actually 1 point ahead of Norris, but
I think
we were exactly here last year.
I think that's probably the most evenly matched pairing on the grid, though.
Yeah.
Because again, if Norris can win a championship, I can't see Piastri going without one.
No.
It's just a matter of getting the car together.
I think Toto Wolff has given up on trying to secure Verstappen.
Yeah, because I don't really understand why he would want Verstappen.
Apparently, Verstappen's been in, quote, informal talks with McLaren.
But who do they ditch then?
It's not even that. I realise there's a massive flaw in this argument.
Yeah.
What are McLaren really famous for last year?
Fairness.
Oh, you got to give the place back because we fumbled his pit stop.
Papaya rules.
Yeah. What's Max Verstappen really famous for?
Just saying, no, I'm not going to give the place back under any circumstances.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, even if they didn't, as you say, have two really well-matched, really popular drivers who are both, I mean, where are they in the constructors? They're quite a lonely third, gradually shutting down. They've got a chance of catching Ferrari at least.
Yeah.
Even if they, had somebody they wanted to ditch or somebody who looked like they were going to jump ship, how would Verstappen fit into that culture?
Well, I don't know if he would.
No. I mean, the most likely to be disaffected would be Piastri.
Yeah. Because I think Norris has been part of the team for longer.
And he's got a world title with them.
He's kind of built that team up.
So then, the only way you get Verstappen to sign on the line would be to make Norris number 2 driver.
But would Norris want that? Well, obviously not, because nobody wants it, but...
Yeah, it's just not.
Would he accept it?
No, like you say, it all hinges around Alonso.
Yeah. Or there's also those rumours that Ocon might be leaving Haas.
To leave the sport or go somewhere else?
I think Haas want to get rid of him. Or the rumours say, I think Haas came back and said, no, that's rubbish. But...
Yeah. There was a really long article about Aston Martin out there.
Yeah.
About... I think Adrian Newey's actually admitted that they got it wrong.
Yeah.
And he said they thought they had enough time to develop it. And they didn't. They ran out of time, and it's massively overweight, and the engine is underpowered. But they're confident. They're confident in their overall package and the upgrade path they're on.
Yeah.
And apparently, I think they said it exposed. I'm looking for the article now. Apparently, it exposed weaknesses in their overall kind of systems, which I know sounds really dull. But in like their engineering systems and the feedback they have and the simulators and the wind tunnels and
yeah,
I don't think they actually appreciated how complex the new rules are, which now I've said it out loud, it sounds really odd because like this is Adrian Newey.
Yeah.
I think if anybody would just look at them and go, oh, I know what's going on there.
But it's not the aerodynamics that's the problem though, is it?
No, it's the whole package.
It's the engine and the sort of integration between the engine and the electric power unit.
Yeah, and also the packaging of it to give the aero a chance.
Also, Adrian Newey is a very good aerodynamicist, but he's not an administrator.
No, they haven't got a team principal yet.
Which is just like... It's a, that's really that's really what they need.
Yeah, they need like a really good, strong team principal. Now I'm looking up this guy's name. Unfortunately, all I can find is really dodgy, like Planet F1 CrashNet type things.
Yeah,
I've got to switch off my ad block. Give me a moment. Somebody else is rumoured to be leaving. Paul Monaghan.
Yes.
Who has been head of data for Isaac Hadjar's half of the garage.
Yeah.
And has actually been at Red Bull since they started.
Wow. So actual Jaguar days.
Yeah.
Wow.
The rumours are, I mean, this is how deep it is. He might be going to Cadillac to reunite with Chief Technical Officer Nick Chester at Cadillac, with whom he worked closely at Benetton between 2000 and 2003.
Wow.
Other sources have suggested Monaghan's likely to pop up at Aston Martin to reunite with Adrian Newey, who obviously he worked with at Red Bull for nearly 2 decades.
Yeah.
While Jonathan Wheatley is also expected to arrive at Aston Martin.
Oh, you think Jonathan Wheatley's going to be team principal of Aston Martin? And Adrian Newey's just a caretaker?
Well, he always said he was a caretaker. I mean, it's not...
It's not his job, really. Yeah.
I mean, it is really... I think there's a lot to kind of unpack in all that. For a start, this is all clickbait, but they kind of broke that kind of triangle of having Horner, Marko, and Jos Verstappen, who I think were, with varying degrees of officialness, kind of controlling the team.
Yeah.
And I think since they did that, I don't know if it's coincidental, but Red Bull have gone off the boil a bit. But it seems to be nicer, like the drivers seem to be staying longer. Even Racing Bulls is looking
happier.
Yeah, and a lot more stable.
Yeah.
But the performance has gone slightly, so...
I thought they bought an upgrade, and they're starting to come back.
Yeah. And, kind of... I'd be surprised if anybody was really looking at Horner to replace... to come back as a team principal somewhere, because yes, he won vast numbers of
championships and races, yeah,
and built the team from like Jaguar were lower end of the midfield, really.
Yeah,
but you kind of look at things like the image from 2021 of him screaming at Michael Massey and all the sniping and mind games with like Toto Wolff and the your driver tried to kill our driver nonsense, and
yeah.
Then they look at people like Laurent Mekies, and even I know he's got his detractors, but people like Zach Brown and Andre Stella are much more media friendly, aren't they?
Well, yeah.
They're not like, I'm a shark in a suit who's going to eat the competition.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, we said it before, the number of people who've left Red Bull.
Yeah, I think since Dietrich Mateschitz died...
Yeah.
The team has kind of collapsed around them a bit.
Yeah.
Like, really, it kind of... It just... Didn't he die in, 2023?
Yeah, I think what happened is Dietrich died, but then...
2022, yeah.
And then, I think, again, this constant feud between Wolff and Horner. I think Horner wanted what... Wolff already had, and I think he was talking to venture capital companies to try and arrange to buy out some of the Austrian shares.
Yeah.
In the company, or at least in the F1 team, because Toto Wolff's like a billionaire investor now, isn't he? He's got a third of Mercedes F1.
Yeah.
And I think it collapsed, and I think the Thai lot suddenly gained 51% and went, this is not what we want. And I think that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Although actually about that time there were all those allegations about Horner as well, weren't there? It was almost like he was being undermined from within.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
But yeah, Aston Martin are actually, if you listen to the interviews they're going, they're sounding remarkably upbeat.
Yeah, I think they're looking forward to this. There's like an upgrades package. There's basically going to be a new car.
Yeah.
Such are the number of upgrades, but I think it's been pushed back to the Netherlands now.
I thought it was Hungary. Are they giving themselves a whole...
I think they might be giving
break?
themselves the summer break. Apparently they say that'll be worth 2 seconds.
They need it.
Well, let's be charitable and take Alonso. 2 seconds would have made him qualify in the most recent sprint quali that happened in Britain, spoilers.
Yeah.
he would have qualified 14th.
I mean, to be honest...
It's better than they are.
Yeah, they're getting beaten by Cadillac at the moment.
Which is quite embarrassing.
Well, yeah.
Because Cadillac have literally existed for like 10 races.
Yeah. And it's not even like Cadillac bought an existing team and kept their entry and did a total rebrand.
No, they've actually just started literally from scratch.
Yeah, they bought like a big industrial unit at Silverstone and gone, how do we build a car?
Yeah. They bought that Adrian Newey book, How to Build an F1 Car.
Yeah.
Read it and then did it.
Got the open source Excel spreadsheet from Williams and off they went.
The WikiHow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... It always strikes me as weird because, you know, Adrian Newey with Alonso on development and with a lot of, well, Lawrence Stroll and Saudi money.
Yeah. Like, Alonso's driving ability, Newey's technical know-how, and Stroll's money.
Mm.
That's what you take.
Alonso's ability to, like, drive a car, because he's been across 3 different generations of Formula 1 at least.
Like 4 at this point.
Yeah.
5? Depends what you count as a generation. I think he was, you know, still racing when they had hats instead of helmets, pretty much.
Yeah. But his ability to kind of drive a car and give feedback, but...
Yeah.
I suppose that's only if they actually, you know, keep him engaged.
Which they might not. I think he is starting to get fed up.
Well, yeah, because he joined McLaren at the worst possible time as well, didn't he?
Yes. Well, don't forget he left McLaren and then went back to Renault just as Renault were terrible in, like, 2009.
Yeah.
And then he failed at Ferrari for a bit.
Only just.
Yeah. And then he left Ferrari just as Ferrari got good again and McLaren went down the toilet.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got Great Britain this weekend.
Yeah.
Something to take your mind off the football.
Yeah.
I just watched the highlights of the football and I think it'll all be over by Monday morning, to be honest.
Yeah. Apparently, not to make this a football podcast, but I've heard that Mexico haven't conceded a single goal yet.
Yeah.
In the whole tournament.
If you look at the timings for struggling over the line at DR Congo.
Yeah.
DR Congo scored in the 7th minute.
Yeah.
And it was something like the
70th.
Yeah, so they spent over an hour thinking England were going home.
Yeah.
And like over nearly 80 minutes thinking, oh, it's a draw, we're going to have a penalty shootout.
Yeah.
Which in a 90-minute match is fairly bad.
Yeah, it's a bit of a last lap overtake, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, we've got a sprint weekend. It's absolutely hectic. It's, well, we know, it's absolutely boiling here. It's ramping up to, I think, our 3rd heat wave of the year.
Oh, good. I don't think it's going to be that bad during the race. Right now, my Met Office is saying 24, 26 for the weekend, which is bearable.
Yeah.
And I'm not actually that far from Silverstone, so that should be roughly right.
It feels kind of hotter than that here down in Wales, so...
I have to say, having been to the house, I don't know what it is about the design of that house compared to other ones.
What, our house?
Yeah. But it does trap the heat very well.
Yeah. Yeah, race time is 25 to 26 on the BBC weather.
That's just perfectly kind of hot English weather.
Yeah. And tomorrow for the sprint and the real qualifying. Yeah, it's going to be fairly average British summer, 20 to 23, 24.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you know what is interesting?
Yeah.
We haven't seen a wet race yet with the new regs.
No.
Spa could be wet, I think.
Yeah.
Spa... Well, we well know that Spa's been wet in the past.
Yeah, because aren't they worried already about the closing speeds and the aero package and the spray and stuff?
Yeah, but I also think if it's wet, surely they won't get the opportunity to put that much power down. And surely, because they're always like feathering the throttle in the wet, they're never like flat out. So maybe the deployment issues and super clipping won't actually happen.
Well, they'll still have to recharge, won't they?
Yeah, but they already lift and coast and brake for a long time in the wet anyway.
Yeah.
But we literally don't know.
I'm going to have to look at the schedule now to see where's... Because, I mean, it feels like we're coming into another hot spell.
It's... Yeah. Maybe Spain in September.
Yeah?
Or the Netherlands can be quite wet, actually, can't it?
Actually, you've got Italy, Spain and Azerbaijan.
Have we ever had a wet Baku?
Well, that'd be horrible. A wet street circuit with no runoff areas.
Baku itself, though, is going to be the sort of final boss of super clipping with its, 12-mile straight down the back.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're going to be going at 3 miles an hour at the first corner.
Or they're going to be... Yeah, it's going to be weird.
Well, actually, they'll drive top speed, start super clipping to recharge the battery. Before they reach the end of the straight, the battery will be full, so they'll deploy all the power again. So they'll go 300 kilometers down to 260, all the way back up to 350, and then they'll have to brake.
That won't be safe.
No, not quite.
I'm looking at all the track maps now, and...
Oh, Mexico's going to be weird as well because of the altitude.
Yeah, it's all going to be very...
Basically, we've got literally no idea what's going to happen.
No. Should we wrap it up there and we'll come back after Great Britain?
Yeah, in 2 days' time.
Yeah, Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Okay then, well thank you for listening. I've been Graham Miller. I write mystery books as Graham H. Miller.
Yep.
Toby's been official Tibby as well, who does gaming videos and live streams and all that kind of stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, I got to do more of those.
We'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.